I've had a lot of trouble with... I got a mate down in Cornwall called Pemberthy. He's a twat, he is. He came in my place last week. Jethro, he said, Uncle have cut his head off in the combine harvester. Christ. But he said, I put his head in a plastic bag and took it to the doctor, but he said he was dead when he got there. He said, I think he suffocated in the bag. But he was working on the building site, and they rung up and said, Denzil, you got to go home, your father died. Well, I met him going home. I said, you're going home early, Denzil. He said, Jethro, he said, I've had an awful bad day. He said, they rung me up and said, my father died. And he said, if that isn't enough bloody bad news for one day. He said, my brother have just rung me up. He said, his father died as well. But last Tuesday, 4:30 in the morning, last Tuesday, 4:30, last Tuesday, 4:30. Last Tuesday. He rung the vet. This is in the morning, last Tuesday. He rung the vet. He said, get here as soon as you can. My dog have swallowed a condom. The vet said, keep the dog very still and don't let him wag his tail. He said, I'll get there as soon as I can. Denzil said, I'll keep the dog still until you get here. And he said, you get here as soon as you can. He said, I'll get there as soon as I can. You just concentrate on keeping the dog still. Well, then he said, me and my wife is very worried because he swallowed the condom, see? He said, don't you worry, I'll get there as soon as I can. He said, and I'll keep the dog still. He said, you just get here, you prick. I'll keep the bastard dog still. You just concentrate and get in here, you tosser. He said, you keep the bloody dog still. I'll get there. Well, Denzil, I'm bloody very... He said, get here, you prick, for Christ's sake. Swallow the condom, for Christ's sake. After about 10 minutes, he rung the vet again. He said, it's Denzil Pemberthy again. He said, you know that dog that swallowed the condom? Well, he said, everything is all right now. He said, you needn't bother to come. He said, we found another one in the drawer.
Oh, hi, you Cornish hunk.
Oh, hello, lover. Where you come from? You want a drink, lover?
Well, a brandy and champagne, I guess.
Is that what you guess? Well, you can piss and guess again. And then Denzil come in. He said, I'll have 3 brandies in the same glass. And he gave him 3 brandies, and he drank a bloody lot. Denzil said, I'm sorry, but he said, I shouldn't have done that with what I got. He said, what have you got? He said, 15 pence. Well, we in the church, see, we went church last Sunday, and poor old Mrs. Richards, she's up singing in the church choir, see, and she's reaching high note and toppled out of the gallery, and she catch her knickers on the rafters. And there she was, swinging up fast the rafters, fast her knickers, see? And the vicar said, any man that looks at that unfortunate lady, may the Lord strike him blind. Denzil said, Jethro, I think I'll just chance one eye. But see, when I left school, I went to work in the butcher shop, I did, see. I was working in the butcher shop, I was only 14, in the bloody butcher shop, and that Dame Victoria Ledbetter come in. She's a miserable-looking cow, she was, for Christ's sake. And she said, could I have an Aylesbury duck? Well, I give her a duck, see? And she stick her finger right up a duck's ass. She said, that's not an Aylesbury duck, that's a Devonshire duck. Right. Well, I went back and seen the boss. I said, there's a woman. I said, that stuck her finger up a duck's ass and said, it's not an Aylesbury duck, it's a Devonshire duck. My God, he said, that's Mrs. Ledbetter. He said, she's an authority on ducks. Don't you try to con her with a bogus duck. He said, take her that one. That's a proper Aylesbury duck. Well, I took her out this duck. She said, I'll have it. And she stick her finger up her duck's ass. She said, that is an Aylesbury duck and a very, very nice one. She said, I don't know what sort of butcher you'll make, young man, trying to con people on with bogus ducks. She said, where are you from anyway? I said, well, go on, you're the bloody expert. Well, let's have a piss up, shall us? Andy, get everybody a drink. We're going to have a piss up. Andy, we're going to have a piss up. What'd you say? We're going to have a piss up. I shouldn't be drinking, really, because alcohol killed my first wife. I came home pissed and shot her. But we've had a bad day in Weston-super-Mare because me and Denzil, he went in the chemist shop. He said, could I have some condoms? She said, do you want small, medium, or large? He said, large, of course. And she gave him a box with 25,000 in them. But they bit too long, so he cut the ends off. Then he went in another shop and he hung his cock out on the counter. And there's a woman on the other side with the glasses off looking at his cock. And I was looking at his cock. We're all looking at his cock, see? She said, I can see what you've done. You've misread the sign over the door. It says clock repair. Well, he said, you better put two hands on that. I've had a bad day today. I had to go to hospital with a mole on my cock. And they said it's my own fault for shagging the mole. But last Friday, we was up in Great Yarmouth, and after the show, we went to disco. See, well, there's 500 women in the disco, and Denzil's chatting up a lesbian, for Christ's sake. All them bloody lovely women, and he's chatting up a lesbian. A prick. She said, Denzil, go and talk to one of the other girls, because I'm a lesbian. He said, which part of Lesbania are you from? No, she said, I'm a lesbian. She said, you see the girl with the miniskirt? I like to pull her knickers off and kiss her fanny. Christ, hell. Christ, Denzil said, I'm a lesbian as well.